Hiya. I'm halfway through my makeup and I've got some gorgeous new NARS bits that just came through yesterday, so I thought I'd film this particular bit. First of all, there's the Ignited palette, which is kind of pinky, opalescent, lovely colours. And then what I'm really excited about, they've got all these multi-use glosses, so you can use them on your eyes, on your cheeks, lips, whatever you want to do. But they're all kind of pearly and shimmery as well. So I'm just gonna have a play. Where's my nice fluffy brush that I've just put somewhere? Here we go. So yeah, I'm getting really into these Instagram TV videos, largely because, sorry, let me just show you. I'm gonna go in with that kind of pinky colour. Largely because I don't know how to edit anything, to be honest. I don't know how to, make a video like people do on YouTube, that kind of thing. Whereas this, I literally do a 10-minute video and throw it on Instagram and that's the end of that. So I feel like I'm going to be doing quite a few more of these. I'm going to a makeup masterclass this afternoon at Givenchy, so I'm really looking forward to that. They seem to be bringing out quite a few bright colours and things recently. And a friend of mine, Cher, loves Givenchy and always puts up great things about their makeup. So I'm excited to see what's coming up with them. Now, I know this looks a bit crazy, by the way. I'm going to pack the red on, buff it out, and then put the gloss on top. I love having a red on because it just, any eye colour, but especially blue or green, really, really makes them pop. So first of all, I'm just packing this on using a small stubby brush, and then I'm going to take a fluffy brush and really blend the whole thing out. I absolutely love NARS. Like, I was laughing about this with one of my friends the other day. I think all my friends would say I'm fairly generous with all my bits. So like, I love sharing all my makeup with people. So if I get something and I think it's going to be nice for my friend or my cousin or someone at work, whatever it is, I will always share it. But I just can't bring myself to share NARS. I feel like it's one of the brands that I will use everything to the bitter end. You know, sometimes you get a lipstick or an eyeshadow and you get a bit sick of it after a while. I always seem to finish every last drop of anything from NARS, and I find that they're very consistent and very reliable. Like, they actually don't churn out launch after launch. They just seem to bring things out that are really considered and that they think is going to be a really good addition to the range. So, love a bit of NARS. As you can see, that's blended out really nicely. I've got a bit of a kind of weird, all colourful jumper on today, so I thought this would be a pretty makeup. So now that I've buffed that out, I'm going to go back in and build a tiny bit of colour. I'll do a little bit into the mirror now so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to build up the colour again on the lid. That's something I always do once I've buffed out the edges. I like to just go back and make sure that that lid is looking really strong. And as you can see, I'm using two brushes. One of them is the little stubby one to pack the product on, and that is a clean brush to get everything nice and buffed. If you want something really blended out, have a clean brush spare. Otherwise, there'll still be existing product on your other one, and you'll just end up building it without necessarily wanting to. So I've got my red on, then there's loads of glitters in here too that are kind of pigmented. So I'm actually just going to take my ring finger into one of those and take it just across the middle of the lid to give kind of a spotlight effect. So how nice is that? If you were just going to wear the palette on its own, that's lovely. I'm going to pack on in fact, what I'm going to do first, mascara or gel? No, I'm going to go in with the gel first. If I was just going to wear the palette on its own, that's nice and cute. I'm actually going to go gloss first, then mascara. Which one am I going to use? This one's called Redemption. I do love a glossy eye. and I haven't worn anything like this in a while. And actually, to be honest with you, it's quite a warm day, probably not the day to have chosen an Angora jumper. So it will be interesting to see how this holds. Okay, I've put that on the back of my hand because I don't want to go in too heavy with the applicator in case it lifts off any of this pinky red. So I'm just going to press that all over the lid, nice and gently. Now, how's that looking? Nice and glossy. And I think one of the things I'd really emphasise with eye gloss is, because it's such a rich texture, it is always going to kind of run and go a bit gloopy no matter who you get your gloss from. So just embrace that it'll go a little bit sludgy and messy looking, and that's part of the look and that's part of the fun. And don't worry too much if it starts to spill. I mean, that could be famous last words for me in a few hours, but at the moment that's my story and I'm sticking to it. If you like wearing these kind of colours, hang on, I've got a little hair on my eye or something. There we go. If you like wearing those kind of colours, I'd always really load your mascara on, because if your mascara is really loaded on, you've still got all that definition and it takes it from looking like a bit of conjunctivitis to, no, she defo meant to do that with her makeup. My friend Kate will laugh if she sees this. She always says that, like, you could offer me any colour and I always go for colours that look a bit like conjunctivitis. But they make your eye colour pop. Isn't it funny how we all do those weird shapes with our mouths and we do mascara? There we go. Now, on my complexion, I've already got my CC cream on and a little bit of cream bronzer from Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. I think I want to keep it quite fresh. I love the idea of using the gloss on my complexion, brush down, but as it's such a hot day, I feel like that might be a bit much. So I'm going to go in with, which shade is this? Pretty Little Glow. Pretty Little Glow from Doll Beauty on a really small brush. I absolutely love the girls from Doll Beauty. I saw them at a party this weekend and they are just the loveliest, loveliest girls. If you haven't used their products, the highlighters in particular, I'd go in with first. They're really kind of creamy, powdery, buttery texture. They are so, so luminous, and they've got kind of an opaly shade, a really golden shade, and this is the peachy. But they're just brilliant girls. They're really lovely. They've got such an inclusive approach as well. Like, they did a gorgeous tan campaign recently and they had girls of all different complexions, body sizes. They're just all around fab. Two northern girls, they're mates, and like the whole team is people they've worked with for years, and it's just a really good vibe. So do have a look at them. Okay, keeping that nice and simple. I'm going to go back in with the same gloss. I've got MAC Boldly Bare liner all over my lips. That's probably one of my most used liners. It just suits me. It's quite similar to my natural lip colour, but a tiny bit peachier. Anything that is in the realm of your natural lip colour is always going to be a great shout. And then put a bit of that same gloss over it. Shall I just put, I'm going to put a tiny bit on my cheeks. I don't want to do loads, but I feel like it will make that highlighter just really come out and bring the whole thing together. Oh yeah. Okay, so there we go. Nice little smoky, using that palette, which is good. How easy was it to blend as well? Glosses feel lovely. I'll let you know how they all wear once I've had it on for a few hours. Okay, see ya.